Hello and welcome. Today we're checking out a new post-apocalyptic city builder being developed by Gently Mad Studios called Endzone, A World Apart. So the idea here is there was some sort of global nuclear disaster. Everything's terrible. And we have taken our RV and set out into the countryside, and we've decided to build ourselves a new town. So we'll see how this thing plays out. This is still very early days. This is actually the closed beta. They have given me the chance to show off here. It is set to come out here spring of this year is the only date that I have. So anyway, let's try this thing out and see what we can do. We're at the Wiesbaden is the name of our town. We can change that if we want. Yeah, let's go with, let's go with Nookberg. Yeah. We start with a medium amount of settlers. We got metal tools. We've got carbon masks. And water will be nearby for our start. We also have a map seed. We got a large map with all kinds of mountains, lakes, forest, ruins. All that stuff here. So everything's terrible. We hopped in the RV and we just set out. So I guess we set out until the RV stopped working. So we're sort of out in the middle of nowhere. There's ruins everywhere. There's rundown hospitals, for instance. There's towns out there that we can scavenge from to try to get some supplies going. I think the best way of explaining this or describing this would be like it's like a post-apocalyptic Banished might be a better way of explaining it. We played that Survive the Aftermath a little while back, and that's kind of the same idea as well. Seems a suitable place to settle. You know what we learned back in the Endzone, basic needs first. Install water and food supply onwards. All right, so here we go. So we have hashtag van life, and this is basically our town center. We can upgrade this thing later on and get more to it, make our bus much nicer. But we got a few folks around here like Lena, and we've got Jonathan. They all have their masks with them. We've got Alicia here as well, and they have different things that they're happy because they have food and water. They may have negatives if they don't have those things and that kind of thing. And he has a tool. He's got clothing. He's not educated. But let's see, we can look and see on the map here. So we got a little lake next to us. We have all kinds of terrible things. We got a ruin of a greenhouse nearby. We've got cars everywhere and scrap piles that we can go and loot through and grab scrap, which we will use to build things. Let's see if we can find a town here. Is there anything nearby? It's a very big map. Here we go. Here's a big town. Oh, and there's a hospital. Excellent. Hospital ruin. They give us some new things. Lots of scrap as well. There's a couple things on the road as well. There's an ambulance sitting there. We've got a rundown town with gas stations and houses and more houses that we can rummage through at some point if we get to that part. But let's go a power line as well. Let's go back to our bus here and get some things started. So first off is needs. Let's go ahead and set some of our settlers over to being builders, and then we're gonna go and get a cistern set up. This is just a big tank of water, basically. And we're going to set this thing up right there. You can see it has a kind of, I think it's Banished, I think is the one that does this, where you have like a road spot on it. So that's the front of the building right there. And we can kind of connect that thing up like that. And we can put a dirt road here if we want to kind of set like that. But then we'll go ahead and let it go. People will grab some shovels and there we go. What's your name? Ben. Ben's got himself a shovel. He's going to come over here and start building this thing up, which takes it takes a bit of wood, scrap, and just building. You notice there is a radiation thing here, and it's a terrible place, right? Terrible world. We have radiation everywhere. Ooh, actually, I'm in radiation right now. I should probably be... They're removing that radiation there. And actually, in the tutorial, there wasn't radiation around, so this is new for me. But I guess they're removing that spot, tossing that bad dirt away, and then we can build over here. So I guess we don't want to... This isn't a good place to stop. There's radiation all over the lake we're trying to live at. What a terrible spot. Who drove us here? And we'll try to carefully build back this way and get good water, not bad water. But this cistern will hold the water in there, and they have to get water from somewhere. It's just a big tank. If we don't have a place to get water from, like a rain collector or a boardwalk or a well, for instance, we won't be able to get water to it. So let's go ahead and throw in a rain collector. Oh, I don't have any plastic, do I? Well, let's go ahead and throw in a boardwalk then, which is going to set out over here on our lake on the good part of the lake. Ideally, we don't want to put it in the radiation because that just doesn't seem very healthy. Let's set it like right over there, right on the edge. I think we'll be fine. I think that'll be fine right over there. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Just don't get that water. That's the bad water. Good water over here. And they'll get to work on that, and they'll carry that water over here and toss it into the tank, and then we'll have water. Which you can see we have water, food, we have wood. We've got scrap as well, which is a very important tool we use for houses and everything else. We've got tools. We have radiation protection, which would be things like... we got those masks at the moment. We can make new things later on. There's drugs, there's cloth, there's metal, all kinds of things. There's a lot of things to make here as well. This game is very early build, closed beta build, but there's a lot of stuff here already. We got food. We got farms, we can make hunting and fishing and gathering. We got houses. We can make different kinds of houses. Houses with tanks that will hold water for people. We got pubs and weather stations, campfires, all kinds of powers even there as well, which basically you can build the building, but if you have power, it works better. I'm going to set a gather all resources tab like right over, just right in here. Something like that. We can grab some of the stuff out of these old buses. And, oh, it's a train wreck. Oh, yeah. Look how nice. It's so fancy. Oh, no, it's a truck. I can read. Big truck wreck. And look, there's the whole truck. And there's a nice little table out there. It looks like my neighbor's house. And there's a street sign over there. This is my neighbor's house. I got a safe just sitting outside in the front yard. Yeah. So anyway, they'll go get to work on that, and we've got a few folks, the settlers that will go, I think, and do that. We need to go mark some of these settlers to go be water carriers. So what they're going to do is they're going to go to this bridge over here, take their buckets, dunk it in the water, and toss it back over here into the cistern. We make sure it's actually connected to that, which I guess it is. So close enough, so no big deal. I can build a rain collector and a well, which will also connect to this to make it work. I can also move this over a little bit if we want to make sure they get that zone there. Let's go ahead and let's make sure water's dealt with first. I don't have any plastic yet, so I can't get the rain collector yet. I could build a well, though. A well will be fine. We'll stick a well right here next... not there. We gotta make sure we stay away from that side of the town. We'll set it, like, right... I think that's right there. It's fine. Right there. So then grab water from the well, toss it into the cistern. Yeah. Okay, so people don't... I guess right now they can live in the RV. They can sleep in there, I guess, if they want to right now. It's not really comfortable. They would like to have a house. I don't know why. I think an RV would be a great place to live. But let's get some food first. Let me get a fishing hut. Stash it over here next to our dock here, and we're gonna make sure we get it kind of back here a little bit. We don't want to go into that radiated area. Hopefully this is okay. It's kind of shallow. I'm a little worried about that bad lake there, but we'll put it over there and see if hopefully that'll be okay. Crank up the speed here a little bit. You can see I got a calendar over here when it rains, when it doesn't, so we know when our water catcher will catch water. Throw one of my workforce folks in here. One of my settlers will go and work on there. We need to get someone that's a fisherman as well. There's some deer nearby. Oh, boars. Never mind. Those are pigs. There's some pigs hanging out. Hey, pigs. And we'll get to work on lower my builders down, and we'll slowly get folks moved around. Water seems to go pretty quick, so that's usually the thing. Well, on my tutorial, I played 30 minutes or so, and that seems to be the thing that was having some issues. We can see slow it down here. We can see the water levels as well. It's very wet right now because it's raining. And we can also see there's a radiation there. And I guess we can clean that up. Oh, you know what? We can probably do it with this. Tasks? Yeah, remove radiation. Can I do it in the water? No. Okay. Worth a shot. All right, so we'll let them continue on here. And let's get... That's going to be food. We'll probably need a second food thing, though. Maybe a field. Just get some taters growing around here. Let's throw it over... I mean, we'll do all our food stuff over here, I guess. Just throw it up over here. It's kind of nigh the water. Maybe it'll be nice and wet. Something like that. Just get a little bit of food going. We can throw someone in here to work it. We got one of our settlers will go and do that. Settlers are sort of, I think every job, they do simple tasks like transporting resources. Kids also do that. We have 5 children, and they transport food and water from their home, which is, I like to see that. About time kids in games actually do something besides just hanging around doing nothing. Playing with toys. No, they're actually out there doing jobs. Let's see. So we got 2 food sources. We got 2 water sources. Hopefully it'll go up. We need to get a scrapyard, which will go around and collect scrap and bring it into there, and we can we use that to, make things. Scrap is a very important tool. So I'm going to set this thing over. We can adjust where it works from anywhere, really. So I think I'm going to set it back. I don't know if I want to go around my farm. I guess it's all right. We'll just stash it right in here somewhere. Right over here, I guess will be all right. We'll have a road go through here, and we'll set this thing up like this. Ideally, we would have not too many roads and all that, but yeah, whatever. Something like that. We can have like our water systems over here. We can have some construction things over here. We have a depository, which is where we toss food and clothes and all that. We have a market where we can take all kinds of resources and give them to the people. Pubs. Probably should get some houses. I keep talking about it. I'm not building it. Let's build just basic houses. We'll get the ones with the tanks later, and we'll throw these guys. I think we'll just put them kind of like along this way. Oh, here, wait. Let's do this. Let's do one there and rotate you, and throw it something like this. And then let's do like 6 of them here. There we go. We have a little bit of a waste of space here, but it's all right. Something like that. They can access different ways here. Oh, that house is getting built quick. There we go. And we can see inside the house we've got John and little Johnny. And Sky are working there. Sky is a settler. She's not doing anything. She's just hauling things around. We got John the builder and 3 kids living in this place. And more of them are getting built up pretty quickly, actually. Very quickly. Good job, everybody. Good job, John. I was just talking about you. You got a home, which is +1 confidence. You got food. You got water. Everything's just all right with John. Okay. Yeah, walking around with an axe. Libby. What's Libby's job? Where does it say? Libby is, I don't know. Maybe you're the settler. You're just transferring. Oh, I don't know. You're hauling things around. Okay. Oh, the farm. I forgot about this. The farm needs to know what it wants to make. So we can make different things around here. We can make hemp. There's cabbage, beans, potatoes, and we can see how long it takes to grow and how much food it actually brings out. Potatoes give us a lot of food. We can also get a lot of food from squash as well. Cabbage is only 3 seasons. Oh, beans grow in 2 seasons. Doesn't get a lot of food, but it's 2 seasons. What's that? Peppers. Like, nothing, no time at all. Yeah, I can live on peppers. Yeah, set some seeds. We'll grow some peppers around here. Yeah, I like that. Let's go ahead and add someone in here for the scrapyard so we can get some work done. We have anyone? Yeah, one settler left. Scrapyard will go around here and he's going to grab all this junk everywhere. We can move this thing if we want and grab stuff from, wherever. But he will grab scraps, which is what we use to make most everything. Another thing we need is, you can see, we got cloth and metals and plastics. These are all important things that we have to grab, and we'll get that from the recycler. They slowly separates metal, cloth, and plastic or electronics from scrap with a low efficiency. So basically go around and just pick stuff out for us. And I want to have him go kind of close to where this guy is, because they're going to go across the street, grab the stuff, and then take it wherever it needs to go. I'm going to set you like over here by the farm. We'll give like a, I guess there's no point in having a space, is there? Let's do something like this. So you can run in there real quick, grab the stuff from this guy, and then toss it in there. I think I want to mark it. Ooh, it's giant. I forgot how big that was. I guess we can set this thing over here. I'm not sure if we need one just yet, though. I don't think I can even build one yet. We can get a depository, though, and food and clothes and all that stuff. And this is kind of small. We can squeeze it in. Will it fit in here perfectly? Oh, yeah, it will. Perfect. Depository right there. Which actually might be kind of a waste, because this is also a depository, basically. Hang on. We'll find a new spot for that later on. Alright, so we're gathering scrap. We do have a couple houses coming in. We don't have a pub yet or a medical facility. How big's the pub? If I build all my houses kind of out this way, the pub should kind of be squeezed in here somewhere. Actually would fit right there perfectly if there wasn't a big truck in the way, or whatever that is. Maybe. Oops. Okay, we'll let them build the thing, do the things. We got 2 people that are homeless at the moment, but we've got more houses coming in, so they'll be all right. They just need, oh, there we go. Lena and Gina Luca are there living, and we got, this one is just waiting for supplies to come in. We have the stuff. We have a shortage of food, actually. So you got not eat enough peppers. We could have another fisherman, I suppose. Let's take a builder off. A couple of builders off. We'll put one in fishing and one in refining, which is going to take the scrap and make stuff out of it. Which actually are low on scrap. We could use more salvagers as soon as we get more people in here. So let's do that. The farm is... Are you working? Yeah, farm's working. Slowly bringing some food in, hopefully. And hopefully that's worth it. It may not be, but we'll see. As far as food goes, though. Fishing... Gathering huts. When I did my tutorial, gathering huts helped out a lot. So let's go ahead and squeeze one of these guys in here. We'll just stash him. He can kind of fit right. I think he should go up here by the farm. It just makes sense. So we'll stash him over there. And then we can grab all kinds of berries and things out there. You know, they're irradiated, but it's fine. I think everything over here is okay. I believe we can look at people. What's going on here? Oh, food is low. Yeah, I know. So I can come in here and we can see, I think, yeah, radiation. So it doesn't have any radiation. They also get infertile and die from radiation if they get irradiated. But I don't think anyone is having problems. As long as they don't walk through here a bunch, I think we're fine. And everyone seems to be okay. Jonathan's in good shape. And John seems to be the name of the apocalypse. There's Ben over here. Ben's okay. Okay. No achievements for Ben yet. We're building that guy, which we'll get a gatherer in as soon as that happens. We're getting the next house coming in, which will give us all of our space we need. We need to get... Oh, I forgot. So this guy over here, so this recycler, he only does one thing at a time. He can either grab in cloth, plastic, electronics, or metal. So we can build 4 of those things if we want to do this to be more efficient. I think the thing I want most, first off, is plastic, though. So we're going to tell him to make sure we grab plastic. There's also a limit. He'll only grab in 100 plastics, and then I guess he just stops and goes maybe carries things around. Same thing with everybody. You can change production limits on anything if you want to. As soon as we get, what's the alert here? Low food, yeah. As soon as we get people, which we do have, we need a gatherer, so we'll get that in there. That'll help with food a lot. And my gatherer was over here. As soon as it gets built, let's go ahead and, is that getting built next? Build that next. Ooh, here's the peppers coming in. Okay, perfect. So as soon as someone comes in there, they'll go and grab the berries from out there. We can tell them where to grab it from, which, I mean, it's fine right here. We can also move back this way if you want to. Let's do something like this for now, just to make sure we get that side done, and we can go over there whenever we're done. Okay, so that should probably bring in a lot of food. I think we'll be in good shape then. All right, how are we doing? We got everything else here. So this stores all kinds of food, clothes, and tools, but this also stores everything. So I think it's made for like a secondary storage. Dennis and Joyce are working here. We can also upgrade this thing, which stores most resources, provides more space, basically just makes it bigger, I think. I'm not sure if it's time for that or not. We can tell it what we can and cannot hold as well. A market might be a good idea to have as well, but I think I'm going to put that on the other side of town over here. We could use, is the pub, did we put that pub in there? We didn't, because that was in the way. I can't really tell it to, like, prioritize things. There is, in the game, there is, I haven't found out where it comes in. I'm guessing it just shows up later, but there is expeditions, or maybe it's not in the game yet, actually. You can set out expeditions. So if you've got a, I don't know if it's on the same map. I think it is. I was just kind of reading through some of the tutorials, or the help stuff. So I think we could have, like, an expedition and go kind of, like, scout this thing out. Send a scout from an expedition post to discover this location. We don't have an expedition post, and I don't have the ability to make one yet. It might be sort of hidden somewhere. Once you build some things, you know, then it shows up, but I haven't found it yet. So we can't do that yet. But as soon as we can, we will. Oh, a forester lodge probably is going to be important because we need wood. So let's go ahead and get that set up. And stash this guy back here, I guess, will be fine. Like that. And there's already a road there, so he can go and he will plant and chop trees down. A tailor also is necessary because we need to get some cloth in here. But that will allow us to get like face masks and things for us so we don't die from radiation and all that. Workshops make tools, which we do need as well. I'm going to set up tool land over here. We'll set it up like right. That's kind of food land, but it's okay. Tool land can go. It can go here. Actually, can it fit right there? Yeah, right there. Okay, that'll be tool land, and then we got that was that. And Taylor will come in here somewhere as well. And if I can squeeze him in, yeah, right there. So we'll get some clothing and all that made. Let's get a few things made up here. Something like that. And is there a road there? I think so. Head over this way. I think roads are free to make. Yeah, they're all in there too. Okay. Looking like a decent little terrible town. How are we doing on food? We got lots of food. Oh, we have lots of water now. We got 12 plastics now. We can go and I'm going to shift this guy over to grabbing me some cloth so my tailor can do something. Once we have the plastic, though, we can come in. Just make sure we stay ahead of the water game. We can grab... Oh, you need 24, don't you? Water tower. Collects, stores water. It's basically a cistern, just bigger. Oh, it can also filter radiation. Irrigation plant is a... rises some soil moisture over time. So if we had like a dry spot, we could do that. And you may see from time to time we'll get droughts and things coming through. And everything gets terrible after a while. But I do want to make this. So I'm going to get this water collector. And I'm going to set it up over here, even though this is like radiation land. I think we can clear it out. I think it'll be okay. We'll find out here. It doesn't say it's irradiated. Oh, is it not irradiated anymore? Do we push it? Oh, maybe the rain pushed it back. Oh. Interesting. Will it grow at times? I think maybe it will. I don't know. Once we get plastic, we can make that thing made. Actually, I told him to go make cloth, but I'm going to switch it over again. Give me some plastics. I make another one of these things, I think. So we get two things done at the same time. Get my road set up and brought this way. And we'll get another one of these guys set up. Another recycler, I think. Right over... there's fine. So I think I mentioned a little bit. The story of the game is there was like bunch of nuclear power plants that basically blew up, and so everything's terrible and irradiated and horrible. And so that's why there's radiation everywhere, and That's why everything's just bad. Technician here. When you have no settlers, which I assume I need at least one to go carry things around. Now that I have my berry guy, I'm going to take my fisherman off, though. I don't think we need that. We actually might have enough water, too. Maybe just one water carrier. We can grab another salvager. Make sure we get more scrap because we are out. We'll do that. I may not need all the builders either. Let me go see if we can go down to one builder. And as we get someone else in here, we'll deal with that. We have a lack of houses. Settlers without a home. Okay. Well, now that we have plastic, now that we have it coming in, I think what we want to do, I'm going to set up the houses with, I can actually upgrade these if I wanted to. And give them ones with the water bottles. You know, we'll just do the basic houses and then we'll get in more. We also have the big shelter. If we want to hold a lot of people. But then you can't start families in those. Let's do some basic houses. These fit in here good? Oh, they do, don't they? That'll work. One little gap there. Okay, so we'll get some houses put in. Make sure everyone has some housing. Kids keep getting born, and then they'll grow up, and those peppers are getting harvested. Fantastic. Can I see what kind of what do we have? We have a lot of peppers in here. Got some herbs, which I do need to get a herb gatherer. Some mushrooms. I don't see any peppers. Berries? Is that peppers? Let's go and get an herb grabber. Herb hut. Gathers herbs and forests that can be used to increase the health of citizens. Seems like an important task. I'm set over here next to the other food things. Right over there. He'll grab all that stuff. This guy needs a worker, so let's go ahead and give him one. And then we're going to need one for the herbalist when that gets built, so we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. I think maybe I should build another farm. We can put another farm back behind here and set this thing up as like farm central. We seem to be okay on food, though, so I'm not sure how important it is. I suppose we might as well stay ahead of it. Let's get one and let's do something like that. Just kind of fill that in there. And we'll set this guy up. It'll need a worker. I don't have an extra worker. But we're going to set someone up as, I think, potatoes. It takes a long time to grow, but it gives us a lot of food. I think it gives us the most, I do believe. Yeah, 432. It takes 5 seasons. But it gives us 432. That's a lot of food. So we'll get a lot of food sort of in surges, which will work at some point. No one needs to work it till, actually, maybe they do. Take these refiners off. Oh, wait, I need a refiner, don't I? I need one for the other one. Oh, and I want, so you're getting me cloth and you're getting me plastics? What's with this? Missing scrap. Oh, I am out of scrap. I need more scrappers, more salvagers. Make some babies. We get some babies, and we need to get some more salvagers and the farmer. What do we have here? Oh, someone doesn't have any protective clothing. Okay, so that's where my tailor comes in. So the tailor, which was, where did I put him? Over this way somewhere? There's the tailor. Waiting for some cloth to come in. Oh, I need all kinds of things. Plastic. You're bringing in cloth. So as soon as we get cloth, we'll get our tailor made up. And then the tailor is going to go. Same thing with the tailor. We have to tell him what we want him to make. Whether it be radiation masks or just like scarves or whatever we want to use to cover our faces up with to keep us not radiated. All right, we'll call it a day here. I think this is a good place to call it for an episode. Let me show off a couple things here before I end it, actually, though. Let me show. We have stats. We can see we've got most of our people have carbon masks. 4% of our people have nothing. We've got a decent amount of metal tools. 60% have metal tools. 40% have nothing. We need to make a tool shop. Some of us are educated. Most of us are not. And we are all fertile. We can see how the water's looking and how the food. We can see the... I'm not sure where this one comes in, but it doesn't show up. Oh, no graphs yet. And we can also see our production limits if we want to adjust those. We can go and see our resources here as well for everything that we have. We can see my peppers. We have 84 of them at the moment. And I think they must have just come in. Anyway, let's call it a day here. So this is Endzone, A World Apart. I'll put a link to the Steam page. You can keep an eye on it. There is no... it's not out yet, but you can, wishlist it or whatever. Anyway, thanks again for watching. And I'll see you next time.